2.
Κυρίες και κύριοι, καλησπέρα σας και καλώς ήρθατε απόψε στο σεμινάριο. Για όσους μέχρι τώρα που δεν με γνωρίζετε, είμαι η Ροζαλία η Νικολάου, μέλος της Επιτροπής για τα φετινά σεμινάρια. Όπως καταλαβαίνετε, απόψε είναι το τελευταίο σεμινάριο για το 2013 και θα ήθελα να σας ευχαριστήσω για την παρουσία σας, όχι μόνο για απόψε, που είσαστε τόσοι πολλοί, αλλά για όλο τον χρόνο που ερχόσαστε με τόσο ενθουσιασμό, με τόσο ενδιαφέρον για αυτό που σας προσφέρουμε κάθε εβδομάδα. Και γι' αυτό, ειλικρινά, θα ήθελα να σας ευχαριστήσω. Έχω μερικές ανακοινώσεις, θα τα κάνω πιο πολύ στα αγγλικά, γιατί υπάρχουν πάρα πολλοί εδώ απόψε που δεν μιλάνε ελληνικά, οπότε αρχίζουμε στα αγγλικά. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this evening's seminar. For those who don't know me, my name is Rosalind Nicolaou and I'm one of the members of the organising committee for this year's seminar series. It is in fact the last seminar for the series, and I would really like to thank all of you, the attendees, for supporting the series. It is always very encouraging to see so many of you attend from week to week, especially during the winter months, a bit like today. We've actually had record attendances, and that's really lovely. Your enthusiasm and your passion for our lecture series is phenomenal, and it is greatly appreciated, so thank you. I'd like to thank the hard-working committee members. We are very lucky to have 4 of the Greek Orthodox Community of Melbourne Victoria board members on our team who work very hard behind the scenes. I won't mention all of you individually, but they know who they are. Thank you very, very much, everyone. I'd like to thank all our wonderful speakers for sharing their knowledge and expertise in Greek history and culture. Their support and enthusiasm of the lecture series has been outstanding. I'm sure you'll all agree that the quality of the lectures has gone from strength to strength in the last few years. I'd like to thank the staff from all the different venues, the Calvin Club for allowing us to hold most of our lectures from that site this year, the Wheeler Centre for the special Antipodes event lectures earlier this year, and I'd like to thank the Ithaca and Philanthropic Society for the use of their wonderful venue and for their warm, friendly hospitality, in particular Andonios Dragopoulos, Peter Paxinos and Dennis Kasamas. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I'd like to thank our sponsors. We don't get much sponsorship for these lectures, but every little bit helps, and I'd like to acknowledge those people: John Argyru, Annette Scales, Marion Downs and Savas Grigoropoulos. Thank you very much for helping out. A couple of housekeeping announcements. Yes, this is the final lecture, however, we have 2 extra special lectures. There is one on the 6th of November in this room at 7 o'clock, so it's the night before the film festival opens. It's organised by the Greek community and the Ithacan Philanthropic Society. The title is The Southern Aegean Volcanic Arc, the volcano of Santorini and the Minoan civilization. It's a lecture by Professor Spiros Pavlidis, who is the Professor of Geology from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki in Greece. So come along to that, I think that'll be great. On Thursday, the 12th of December at 6 o'clock, there's a lecture organised by La Trobe University's Centre for Dialogue in association with the Greek Orthodox community and La Trobe's Greek Centre and Greek Studies program. The title is The Greek Community in Transition, Intergenerational Perspectives by Dr. Michalis Michael. So if you've seen that in the front, grab a copy. And that'll be at St Michael's Uniting Church, 120 Collins Street. Okay? And on Sunday the 10th of November at 3 o'clock, there will be a book launch in this room again. It's a book written by Kyriakos Amanatidis, and wonderful to see you here tonight. The poet Stathis Raftopoulos, a contemporary Ulysses in the Antipodes. And there's two more lectures by Nikos Papasteriadis on the 28th and 29th of October, so Monday and Tuesday. On the 28th, it'll be at the Melbourne Town Hall, and on the 29th at Federation Square. The actual title escapes me. It was a last-minute announcement, so maybe Nico can tell us more about that. Okay, so the Greek Film Festival. Have you all seen this? Yes? Have you all got a copy? Yep. There's quite a few at the front desk, so grab yourselves a copy. One of the highlights of the Antipodes Festival is the Greek Film Festival. This year marks the 20th anniversary since its inception. The festival was created with the heart and soul of the second generation Greek Australians with vision, cultural sensitivity and passion. It has been truly embraced by the community. It's from the 7th till the 24th at the Cinema Coma in South Yarra. You do get a discount on the tickets if you're a premium member of the community. And if you're not, you've seen this, you can win the trip to Greece if you become a premium member of the community. So I urge you to become a premium member and you get discounted tickets. The program, as I said, is available from the girls at the front, as well as our newsletter, which we've all seen this, yes? So grab yourselves a copy of the Genethika now. Thank you, that's the book launch. And on opening night, the movie is called What If, or Un. It's on at 6:30 for a 7 p.m. start. It includes the after party, so there's food, drinks and live music. Okay, now after the lecture presentation tonight, certificates of participation will be presented to the participants with the highest attendances, so we know who's been coming along. So, please join us for some refreshments at the conclusion of the lecture and the certificates. If you spot any new faces here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please introduce yourselves and make them feel welcome. Feel free to exchange ideas from the lectures, have some conversations and perhaps make some new friends, and this way we make our community stronger. I'd now like to call upon the President of the Greek Orthodox Community of Melbourne, Victoria, Mr. Bill Papasteriadis.
Thank you, Rose. As I was sitting and listening to Rose imparting the opening for tonight, I had the privilege of asking Nikos Papasteriadis an important question. I said to him, "What should I say?" And he said to me, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Well, what do you think I should say tonight?" He said, "Oh, that it's good." So, Nico, I hope your lecture tonight is a little bit more impressive than the observation that it's good, but it is true. It is very good, and it's very heartening that we have such a magnificent turnout to what originally was anticipated to be a very small offering by the Greek community of Melbourne. And what do I mean by that? 4 years ago, when Kyriakos Amanatidis first approached us, and we had a conversation with him, he said, "Vasili, we're thinking about organising some seminars on, we didn't even know what topics. Do you think that the Greek community of Melbourne would be responsive to this? At that point in time, while we were still trying to find our feet, we were a very young board, only been recently elected prior to that. We were exploring different ways in which we could present culture and language to Melburnians and Victorians, and we were quite receptive to that. And in the back of my mind, when the approach was made, I thought to myself, oh yeah, well, if we get 15 people turning up on a night, that'll be successful. And if my parents are there, and my mum is here tonight, maybe inflate to 20, 25 with a few more cousins. We'll take a photo with everyone close together. It's a magnificent event. Lo and behold, as we know tonight, there's almost 200 people here. And I think that reflects very well on the people who are organising tonight's event, and also the board of the Community of Melbourne, which, with the assistance of the initial concept from Kyriako, have believed in the idea of, creating a discourse, dialogue, introspection in terms of what it is to live in our city, in this country, and in this world. And it was interesting today, I was reflecting on the notion of introspection as I was driving into work this morning, and I was listening to our police commissioner, I think his name's Lane, Mr. Lay this morning, talking on the John Fay program. And he was asked a question in regards to Ned Kelly. And he was asked a question as to why the officers who were shot by Ned Kelly, there was 3 officers that were shot dead, and Ken Lay was going to a memorial in their regard, as to why the officers were maligned and Ned Kelly had become a spiritual figure for our country. And he said, well, what do you think's behind that? And Ken Lay said, well, that's a good question. And John Fay asked the question again. He said, well, what do you think's behind that? And he said, well, it's an interesting question, but he didn't answer the point. And it surprised me that he wasn't able to reflect on what it is that drives our own sense of identity in this country, our sense of understanding about who we are. And I was a little bit disappointed that he couldn't answer that question, but I think the whole point of tonight's lecture and the series of lectures that have been presented is the fact that we're introspective, we're inquiring, we're not scared to ask a question, and we're not scared of uncertainty, because the whole point of these seminars is the notion of uncertainty, in the sense that we're exploring and trying to understand what is a very uncertain world that we live in, and also very much an uncertain understanding about ourselves. And to the extent that the Greek community of Melbourne can become a relevant player in this process, I feel very heartened by. And I'm equally heartened by the fact that I'm surrounded by a very, very capable board who make this all very relevant. I did want to mention the fact that with us tonight we have, and it's important that we've drawn a very select group of people, and I've only spotted, just Etsi Stavriwara, I spotted a few people while I was sitting down that are with us, but we've got the Consul General, Ms. Eleni Leonidou, with us. Welcome, Ms. Leonidou. We've got Ms. Van Vakino also with us as well, a Federal Member of Parliament, and it was also instrumental, may I say, in the funding for the Cultural Centre in helping us get the $2 million grant from the Gillard government. She played a very important role in that, and it pays for us to have, people who truly represent us and who work hard for our community, and we're indebted to you, Maria, for the work that you put in for that, and we really appreciate it. I also want to thank the President. There's another President in the room, President Tarakopoulos. I'm sure there's more than one other President in the room, for his kindness in offering the space here tonight. I'm sure there's plenty of Presidents here tonight. We've also got quite a few academics here with us. There's Chris Mackey from La Trobe University. Chris, welcome. Anna Khadzinibulau, Joy Demusi, also from Melbourne University, who's here too. We've got the co-chair of the advisory board for the Cultural Centre, Ms. Niku, Olivia Niku, who's here. George Papadopoulos is here. There's quite a few journalists that I've spotted in the room. Anolis Mavromatis at the back I saw there. Mr. Stavropoulos as well, who's here too. George Zangalis is here. See, that's a who's who of the Greek community, isn't it? Dr. Michael Michaels, Mrs. Aperopoulos.